Hi, this is Chris Ball from Mashpee TV with another Mashpee update. Today, I have the honor and privilege to introduce the Mashpee Citizen of the Year, Cyndy Jones from Heroes in Transition, the president and co-founder of Heroes in Transition, a good friend. And we have her here with some of the people that nominated her, some of the people that work with her. Mike, we're going to start with you. Introduce yourself, your title, what you are to Heroes in Transition.
I'm sorry, I'm Mike Procek. I'm a neighbor of Cyndy's to start with, and I also have the pleasure of serving on the board of directors with her.
And Mike, aren't you the vice president?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Carol?
I'm Carol Sherman. I am also a Mashpee selectman, but I'm here as a friend and neighbor of Cyndy's.
And didn't you nominate Cyndy?
I did nominate my friend, yes.
Okay. Nicole?
Hi, I'm Nicole Spencer, the Executive Director for Heroes in Transition. Been with the organization for about 10 years now. Honored and blessed to be a part of the organization.
Great. Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. Cyndy, what an honor. And well-deserving. So for those that don't know, tell us how, well, first of all, I want to say this is Heroes in Transition's 15th year that since you and your husband Ken founded it. Mm-hmm. Please tell us how it started, why it started, and give us a little history.
Okay. My husband and I retired to the Cape, and we were very happy to do it because we had our roots in Massachusetts, thinking that we were going to have this wonderful retirement, which turned out to be good. And then one morning, my husband and I received a knock on the door, and we realized that we had lost our son, Eric, in Afghanistan. Eric was a person who absolutely loved people, and he wanted to serve his country, but he wanted to be close to his troops. He was a helicopter pilot, and he flew into combat and didn't come home. So when my husband and I were there on the tarmac of Dover, we decided that at that point we were going to carry on his mission. Right after Eric's funeral, we sat down with Eric's best friend, Mike Washaw, and decided that we were going to research and find out what is missing, what we can do when our men and women come home or get discharged. How can we help them to simulate back into a civilian world? And fortunately, and it's all God's planning, we happened to live on a road that had neighbors who were all in the same age, retired. We had all retired together, and they became my family. And all the members, Mike and Carol and my other neighbors, all worked together on creating this mission to help our military return home. And it was just absolutely phenomenal how we got started. We put our ideas together, we put our mission together, we did our research, we found out what was missing, and then we went out into the community. And fortunately, we went to the Mashpee Chamber. The town of Mashpee opened up their arms to us and pulled us in and welcomed us and offered, and helped us in so many ways. And the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce at that time was Mary Lou Palumbo, and opened up the businesses to us and gave us a platform for us to explain to the business owners and to the banks and to the organizations in Mashpee who we were and what we were trying to do. And that's how we really got established. 15 years later, and Nicole came on about 5 years afterwards. I think less than 5 years, came on board with us, and the neighbors continued to work with us, and here we are 15 years later with 13 programs to help our veterans and their families to acclimate back into a society.
Great. It's really, I don't know how to express it. It's really the best. But and thank you for all that you all do. And I'll come back to some of the, I'm going to let Nicole speak about some of those programs when we get to it. But,
Okay.
you know, you spoke about your neighbors, and Mike and Carol, I know, are neighbors and have been there. So, ladies first. Carol, tell us why this is important, that Cyndy got recognized, and why it's important to you.
She's been my friend for 24 years. I had moved next door, and I watched her handle something in her life that was terrible. To lose her only child. And to make lemonade out of this whole fiasco. She was a reading specialist before she retired. And she was used to making up programs for children, for their teachers, for the children to read books. And she's carried that on in her retirement years. She's still doing programs. I can call her at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and she's sitting at her table making a program for HIT to help a family with their children. Again, she hasn't lost that. She's so deserving of this, for what she, not just for what has happened to her, but what she made of her life. She's lost her son, but she has gained a family, a large family. I get very emotional.
Really? We couldn't tell.
You see why I love this woman.
And because of Eric, I decided to become a selectman in Mashpee to give back to the community after I saw a community of Mashpee come out for them. I wanted to give back, and I ran for selectman, and I'm going on my 15th year.
Well, and we're glad you did. Thank you for all the select board and you do
Thank
for
you.
the town.
Thank you.
Mike, tell us about Cyndy.
Uh-oh.
And you,
Oh, I didn't want to
So,
write down.
Cyndy mentioned.
and be careful, she's sitting next to you.
I know, she's got pointy shoes on. I met Cyndy and her husband Ken in the early 2000s. And then both Ken and Cyndy and my wife and I retired here about the same time that they did in 2004, I think it was. And Cyndy has always been a very giving person. So right from the get-go, she planned community neighborhood functions, dinners, movie nights, which, and always bringing people together, right? Very people-oriented. And I met her son. Her son was still in college at the time. He was very excited when he went off to join the Marines and go to pilot training. And we had conversations as he would come home on leave and whatnot, and from his deployments. It was very troubling for us and for our whole neighborhood when the horrible accident happened. And we joined Ken and Cyndy at the airport at Otis when they flew Eric home. From that point on, Ken and Cyndy started the foundation. I could tell that they were very involved in bringing hope to troops, whether they were going on deployment or coming home from deployment, and the need that they recognized to bring a bonding and a family unity together. And I was very honored when they asked me to join the board, and I've been there ever since. It's been very enjoyable for me. I'm retired military myself, and I think what Cyndy does now is very extraordinary. It's not what the foundation does, it's what Cyndy brings to the foundation that has earned her the right to be Citizen of the Year. It's her vision, her ideas for what programs we need, what programs we could develop, that actually gives the foundation the opportunity to do the good that it does. And Cyndy's always out in the community, always working with veterans on a personal basis. Sometimes I tell her it's even too personal, but she continues to do what she does best, and that's bond with people and help them whenever she can. So.
Well, I'm going to come to Nicole at this point. And Nicole, I know that Heroes in Transition affects a lot of what we do in Mashpee, and it's Mashpee based. But I also know it's far beyond Mashpee and what Mashpee does. And I know, like Ruck for Hit, we have people that come from, I think, all over the world at times. But why don't you speak, A, what it's like to work with Cyndy, and we can edit anything out that we have to, but no, tell us what it's like to work with Cyndy, why you think she deserves it, and then talk about some of these programs. And so those of us that don't know all 13 programs, I think you said, and everything else, and how Cyndy makes those happen. And I know you're a great part of that, but speak on that itself, please.
I first met Cyndy thanks to Carol. My brother came back from his final deployment, and we didn't know how to help him or what to do. We weren't essentially a military family at that time, so I walked up to Cyndy's door, not knowing where else to go or what to do to get him some type of something. I didn't even know what I was looking for. We didn't know what we were looking for. It was gala time, and literally Cyndy opened a door to a stranger, as she does all the time. And she literally welcomed me in with open arms, gave me the biggest hug, and that was the first day of where we are to this point. And when you describe or think about Cyndy Jones and think about what she does and who she is, it's unfathomable for anyone that hasn't lost a child to understand what that loss feels like. I can't imagine it. I don't think any of us can. But you put one foot on the ground and the next foot on the ground every day, and you keep going. And Mike said it best. You keep the foundation going. Your programs, your ideas. You teach us how to become better and be more and to give more. You're our pillar. We look to you, and HIT started because of Eric and continues on and will continue on to keep his mission of all that he wanted for our troops and beyond. So thank you for continuing and for allowing us to be a small part of this big idea that Eric had until he was 29 years old. And we'll make sure, I think, throughout the town, throughout Cape Cod and beyond. I mean, we now service, as you said, we have 13 programs. We service the Cape. We're looking for big things after 15 years. We have so many things that we're looking to do as far as in the time coming to bring a building where we can house our programs and allow for our veterans, active service members, and military families to come together. Family is a big thing that we talk about all the time in HIT, and it really is. Heroes in Transition is that family. And I think if you talk to anyone on the board or any part of our programs, it's that. That's the special part of Heroes in Transition. Bring in the donors or bring in the sponsors or Mashpee TV, the town of Mashpee, at all 15 towns on the Cape. We come together to make sure that our servicemen, women, and families are taken care of as best we can. And we have a niche with our programs, and that is the programs themselves. 13 of them, as you said, where we reach a population of so many people here on the Cape, and looking to make sure that if there's anyone out there that doesn't know about Heroes in Transition, look us up. Whether it's a family member or a spouse, couples programs, we offer equine warrior programs, we offer family programs, resiliency programs. Our list goes on, and I could spend all day talking about them. But all of those programs started with an idea, and that idea came, like we said, from Cyndy's, not only her education, but her love for people and her altruism. So talk about being a 15-year volunteer. She's been a lifelong volunteer. Wow. And it's been a pleasure and a blessing and an honor, not only to be part of it, but to stand beside her, sit beside her, cry beside her, and laugh beside her Pretty much every day for the
Many
last
tears.
10 plus years.
Oh,
So,
there's a lot of tears. But she doesn't realize what she's done for not other people, what she's done for us as individuals.
Well, I know that, you know, I first became aware of Heroes in Transition. My wife's brother died in Vietnam. And my wife and I were always dog people. And in the early stages, they were getting dogs for veterans. And we started supporting that. And that was our introduction. And, you know, Cyndy, we've watched.
You've been to our galas. You used to come. You come.
So, you know, thank you. Cyndy, what do you want to say to the Chamber, the Mashpee community, the veteran community, the Cape Cod community?
I don't feel, it's me saying thank you to you to open this up. We've been here before and you've been so gracious, and you donate your hours to do the Ruck race around the clock. There's so many people. My board is an unbelievable board and very dedicated. It's a working board. Can't do it alone. I've already mentioned my neighborhood, and you heard from Mike and Carol. These are my pillars here, and Nicole, and to all the people that supported us. I mean, it's just amazing how people come out and they come up and they say, "What we have done," or, you know, "It's amazing what we've done." The foundation has done it. No one can do anything alone. I mean, we're a team. I was just so lucky to have God put people on my path who have the heart. And people who have the heart come to us and they stay with us. And we're all altruistic, so it's not a thank you. It's just, for me, it's a thank you to you for having this ability to bring people on board, to look at our cause. And there's a definite need out there for the cause that we do. There are a lot of veterans, there are a lot of spouses, there are a lot of partners, there are a lot of children. And we've been involved with children who have seen their fathers and their mothers go out in deployments for a year and not knowing if they're going to come back. I know that feeling personally. And to have that feeling go out into the civilian world, a lot of people don't know what it's like to have a member in your family who is military, who is a veteran, what they have gone through. We don't understand what they have gone through. Mike has served in Vietnam. He was a jet pilot. What he saw in Korea, and we can only listen to stories. But when we work with people, we see them relax, and we see them starting to be part of a community. Once you build a community, you build that trust, and it brings people in. And that's what we believe, and that's what we put out there, is that we are here for you. Please come. We understand, and let's see what we can do and to help and to assist. So I am the one who has to say thank you to everybody, because I'm alone, and I'm not alone. I have my family. This is my family. And I'm so very, very grateful. So I'm thankful to everyone here, to my board, to the staff that we have that are unbelievable. Our facilitators have been unbelievable. You know, it's one thing to have an idea, and I'm an idea person, and I can draw up a proposal and say, okay, this is what might take place. But then to go and talk to just the right person, and then have that person come back and say, I can do that. So the dreams and the programs come to fruition through the facilitators, through all these wonderful people that give so much. And charity work is really hard work. And we're so very grateful. I am so very grateful, so I'm the one who has to say thank you.
And that's why I nominated her.
Well, I think from everybody that's sitting here and everybody that knows of Heroes in Transition, we thank you. And I thank you personally. And anybody else have anything else they would like to add? It's a well-deserved honor, Cyndy.
Thank you.
We know that, you know, it was awarded to you at their annual meeting. Well-deserved, and once again, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you with all my heart. And thank you to the Chamber. Thank you to all the businesses. Thank you to Mashpee TV. Thank you to the people in Mashpee, the select people who work on the select board. There's where the thanks is. Thank you to Nicole, who is just keeps going. There's the energy that woman has is you can't confine it. It's just unbelievable. So, and then to Mike, a special thank you to Mike, because Mike is my sounding board. He's also my editor, but he's my sounding board, and sometimes it gets a little rough.
All right, well, thank you all very much for coming. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And from Mashpee TV, this is Chris Ball. We'll see you the next time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cyndy Jones, President of Heroes in Transition. Heroes in Transition offers programs for our returning veterans and active servicemen and women, their spouses and our partners, and their children. We have 13 ongoing programs that range from social gatherings for couples, spouses, and families to empowering the individual and healing. That would be our equine therapy programs, our couples retreats. We try to create a community within Mashpee, within Cape Cod, and we even stretch over the bridge. My day-to-day is getting up very, very early in the morning. It's my quiet time, and it's time that I can put my thoughts together. Usually my thoughts are on what can be done for our returning veterans and their families. The day then goes on to working either with Nicole Spencer, who is our executive director, or going out and meeting veterans. When we lost Eric, we decided we were going to continue his mission. Eric was a helicopter pilot, and he was on a combat mission when there was a crash of 2 helicopters collided in the air. When they put that mask, that flag half mask, when Eric was being buried, that meant a lot to us. His life was so short, it was obvious that my husband and I were going to continue that mission of helping the troops on the ground. We sat down, we did our research, we found out what we thought was needed in the veteran community. That has developed into 13 ongoing programs. Carol and I were driving home, and she turned to me and said, "You have been nominated for the Citizen of the Year." And I was totally shocked. It was like, why?
My name is Carol Sherman, and I'm a Mashpee select woman. And I'm Cyndy's neighbor, and she's my best friend. One, if it wasn't for her and her son and Ken, I would not have become a select woman. 2, the veterans that she has helped.
Hello, my name is Michael Procek. I'm the Vice President of Heroes in Transition, and I am Cyndy Jones's neighbor. I believe that Cyndy Jones is very deserving of this award from the Chamber as Citizen of the Year. Cyndy is not a person to seek personal recognition, but she is very devoted to helping the community and helping veterans.
My name is Nicole Spencer, and I'm the Executive Director of Heroes in Transition. Cyndy has created something that has been part of the Cape Cod community and beyond for now 15 years. Cyndy's volunteerism doesn't just begin and end with Heroes in Transition. It's been a lifelong part of her, and for that, I look up to her. I am humbled by her.
This nomination really is not me. It's the team that I work with that have come into my fold. I am so honored to have this nomination, but I feel like it's for everybody. I did not serve, my son served, and the people that we are helping have given and sacrificed so much.
I'm at all the events that Heroes in Transition puts on, and the people that come up to her and thank her.
You know, there are veterans everywhere. When we moved into a street with a 2-star admiral, a lieutenant colonel, 2 Marines. I did not do this journey alone. My husband and I did not do this journey alone. Everybody who has supported us, we are so grateful.
For all of us that know you, Cyndy, for all of us that have been a part of your family or grow to be a bigger part of your world, thank you for allowing us in, for giving 15 years of your life to helping Heroes in Transition become part of other people's daily life, and for allowing us to continue Eric's mission for many, many years to come.
I'd like to take this opportunity to tell Cyndy, thank you very much for all that you've done for Heroes in Transition. Your vision and your efforts and your outgoing has really helped the community, helped the veteran population that we serve.
It's amazing to sit back and watch this organization grow.
The vision is within 5 years to have a building. Heroes in Transition started in my kitchen, in my home. It still is in my home, but we can't bring 15 people into my house and do a reboot program or a regroup program. We need our offices, we need our conference rooms, we need a space to do yoga, and we need that professional kitchen so I can teach cooking lessons, and we need a library. It's time for us to have our own place so that we can bring our veterans in.
Cyndy, I'd like to congratulate you for this honor bestowed on you by the Mashpee Chamber of Commerce. You are truly deserving of these accolades. I know you don't like to seek personal recognition, but this is truly an honor.
Cyndy, I am so excited for you. Congratulations on becoming a Citizen of the Year. You were the best person for this award.
Congratulations, Cyndy, for this amazing honor through the Mashpee Chamber. We're all so excited for you.
Hi, Cyndy. I just wanted to give you a quick hello from Quantico. I'm so sorry I could not be there today to share with you in your special day today, but I just wanted to say congratulations. This is so well deserved, and I look forward to celebrating with you when I get back. Love you.
I would like to thank just about everybody being welcomed into the Chamber of Commerce. The town of Mashpee has been absolutely wonderful to us. My board is unbelievable, and my facilitators. The facilitators of Heroes in Transition have given so much. I am really blessed with the people who have walked into my life.
I admire this woman for what she was handed in her life and what she's done with it.
God closed the door of my future. I thought when he took Eric, because with Eric my future kind of ended with the hope of a family expanding, but he opened a major archway to having all these wonderful people walk into my life. So I am so fortunate, and to all my friends and to everybody that I meet, I'm very, very grateful and blessed. Thank you all.